I called and called, text messages, nothing. Finally decided there's got to be something wrong. I'm going to get in my work truck.
December 23rd, 2011. It had been a couple of hours since Guy Dickerson talked to his fiancée, Denise. After leaving her son's house, she had stopped to help a family whose car was stranded on the highway.
About 1:30 in the morning. I'm panicking.
Before long, he came to the scene of an accident.
Her car was spun out in the ditch and the back end of it was smashed. There was a highway patrolman there. I pulled over and he's like, this is an accident, you need to go on. And I was like, well, that's my fiance's car. And he got a funny look on his face and he said, well, you need to get to the hospital. She's been hit by a car and she's in really bad shape.
Guy prayed as he made his way to the hospital.
Let her be okay. Let her be alive.
Then he called Denise's son, Kyle. Just 2 years earlier, his brother Cody had been killed in a car accident.
Immediately go worst case scenario. She's in an accident, I think, oh no, I'm gonna lose somebody else in my life.
Now at the hospital, Guy got to be with Denise. He learned that as she left her car to help the family, an out-of-control vehicle crashed into her, crushing her from the waist down.
So I went and talked to her. I was like, you doing okay? I'm okay, I just don't understand why my legs hurt. Well, honey, you've been hit by a car.
But her injuries were more extensive than they let on, and soon they were on a medevac plane headed to Northwest Hospital in Amarillo. Dr. Toby Risco and his team were waiting when they landed.
She had multiple long bone injuries that had been basically crushed. She had multiple fractures in her pelvis. All those things, you could lose your whole entire blood volume pretty quickly with those injuries. In my opinion, she was very near death.
Denise was placed in a medically induced coma and rushed into surgery. She was still there when Kyle and her parents arrived.
She was in surgery for hours and hours. Every time a nurse or a doctor walks in, my heart drops because I'm like, oh, here they go. They're going to tell me she didn't make it. I'm saying, God, I've already lost my brother. I don't think I can take losing my mother.
They spread the word, asking people to pray.
People flooding her Facebook. We're praying for you. Our whole family's praying for you. It was incredible to see, and that did help me make it through that.
As the night wore on, Guy tried to prepare himself for the worst.
I told God, if you want her, I'm okay with it. I'll understand. That's your will. But that's an awful hard prayer to make. Really hard.
At 8 o'clock that morning, they had their first update on Denise's condition.
There's a glimmer of hope, which is more than I had the whole night. We have your mother stabilized. We have her vital signs where we want them. He said, by no means is she out of the woods yet. He said, but the odds are getting better.
Christmas Day came and went, and Denise continued to get stronger. The doctors had to amputate part of her left leg, but it was soon clear she would live.
Thank God that she's pulling through. I don't even care about her foot being gone. I don't care about anything. All I care about, she's making it.
It's a big answer to prayer. Big answer to prayer.
Several days later, they brought her out of the coma.
I walked up to kiss her and there was something different. There was a glow about her. And with the tube still in, I leaned over and I told her, you're different.
Denise says that's because she had seen a vision of heaven.
Just instantly, I said, I saw Cody. And he looked at me and he said, Mom, I love it here and I'm so happy, but you can't come right now because Kyle needs you. God knew what I needed. I needed him to tell me he was okay. Now it's time to get on with it.
In the weeks that followed, Denise underwent more surgeries to repair the damage to her legs. But as she started the long road of physical therapy, she felt God had put a new purpose on her life.
He allowed it to happen, and so that I could get the closure I needed, and because other people needed me. And so he needed me to be a bolder witness, and boy, did he wake me up.
Denise's recovery surpassed all the doctors' expectations.
As a doctor, there's things I can do to stabilize people and get bones in the right place, but God's the one that heals them, not me.
But God, absolutely. I mean, he had his hand in every step.
11 months after the accident, Denise walked down the aisle at her and Guy's wedding.
Going from, saying a prayer of, here she is, Lord, take her if you need her, to God saying, hey, here's your bride. That was awesome. God is good.